Hey everybody, welcome and welcome again. Yeah, it's 12 o'clock. Uh and I'm your girl Martisha Tish LaCroix, T LaCroix. Most of y'all know me as that. If y'all don't understand, I have not been on a live. We'll talk about it in a minute. Or in this office, I literally opened the blinds for the first time, probably in the last, I don't know, 5 months. I don't know, probably 5 months. I have not been in this, like working in this office. It's clean though. Let's talk about that. It might be less time than that. We were talking about decluttering series at church, so probably at least 4 months I have not been in this office. And so I was like, is the computer gonna boot? Mac computers like to run updates. And then I was like, oh snap, all this in the picture. I didn't know it's in here. And it's been a good, well, you know what? It's been a journey. Let me say it like that. So we're going to rock and roll. I'm not really about to do all the preliminaries, but I'm going to give y'all some background real quick. Y'all see the title for How Can I Serve You? And so this is not necessarily for me to pitch you all about, hey, let me do this. Oh, I want that on there. Do this or do that. But I really want to talk about servitude covenant. And I want to talk about that. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Let me see if I can share this on my page. I hope y'all having a great day. And full transparency of honesty, this whole that's what I'm talking about. This whole message really came through the process of these, as my coaches will call, pain points of what's been happening over the past couple of months for me personally. And so I was like, you know what? As my coach challenged me to go live today, and I was like, I don't really want to do that, but that's just telling the truth. Um, I'm trying to pull this up real quick. That's how that went down. Like true honesty, that's how that went down. And so I'm just like, okay, okay, okay. Okay. That's all I can say. Okay. So I'm excited. Shit, just I can share to my story. Yes. We live. Hold on one second. No music, just me telling y'all some real truth this morning. Today it was morning on the West Coast. Where did it go? So just some truth today. All right, let's roll. Okay. Much then we need to connect. Oh, I'm reading something on my front here, or go to my story on Facebook and click there. Okay. All right, cool. Let's roll. So let me be very honest. Like literally from today, what is it, July? So let's say for the past 5-ish months, like I truly did not want to do lives. I don't want to post no pictures. I don't want to talk to nobody. I don't want to I don't want to do a whole lot of anything. I'm just gonna be very honest. And so let me address the elephant in the room. And this look as I look at myself in this actual weight gain. We are now, I think, 27, might be 26 weeks pregnant with our final retirement child, which was not in my peripheral. I didn't, for people like, well, I'm married. I mean, I'm saying like I'm married, but I really wasn't like, oh yeah, let's have a baby today. And so anyway, this is where we are, right? And it's not like I'm not, and if I be honest, and I'm gonna tell the full extent of this story, not today, because I really am looking at my time of how long I want to be on here. But in true honesty, like when I found out I wasn't happy, I wasn't sad, I was nothing. I was like, Lord, we're doing this now. Like there's a lot going on. And in truth be told, it was a lot going on in my business. When we were dealing with some contract issues, there was a lot going on in my marriage. There was a lot going on with my children, and people don't know. My oldest decided he was going to move to Chicago, and we both had, some lot of separation going on with that. And then of course now I'm pregnant, and then I'm dealing with where I serve in ministry, and then I still want to grow the T LaCroix brand. So it was a lot, like a lot taking place over the past 6 months. And then on top of that, right, you're talking about hormones, you're talking about you trying to keep your health straight. And I was telling my husband probably a couple of days ago, I have cried more in the past 5 months than I probably cried in my lifetime. Okay. And so in transparency, I'm just telling y'all that there's been a lot going on, and I actually mentioned it to someone yesterday, and this is just what's happened to me. I can't speak for nobody else, but for Tish, is that when I decided, because I'm not gonna say God has told me, He did not tell me to be quiet. When I decided to silence my entire voice, what I'm telling you is that literally what I should obeyed and did, right? Because I normally knew what I was supposed to be doing. What I should obeyed and did affected the fact that what I wanted to do wasn't happening. So I'm gonna tell you what happened. The well dried up. Okay. So by me saying I'm not gonna get out here inspiring nobody, I don't want to talk to nobody, I don't want to post. I don't know why you asked me to do this mother-daughter slumber party when I know good and doggone well, where I am in the peacefulness of me, my mom's relationship, and then on top of him do all these things. And he was like, well, if you ain't gonna do all that stuff, then we're gonna dry the whole well up. And when I tell you he dried the whole well up, he dried the whole well up. It has been the most interesting, that's the best word I could come up with, situation. And so my goal coach got on me because she was like, listen, girl, you know what to do and how to do what to do. You just choosing not to do it. And I really had to understand, like, you get on here and you inspire people every day. You give them nuggets and tools. And on the inside, you like, girl, I am tired and I am dying. Like, I am over it. And that must be honest. That's what I did for the past 5 months. Like, I just was wanting to be quiet. And then what happened? And then some things started happening where what I had been praying about and focusing my energy on started like literally 3 days before the second half started. Literally is when like it broke free of personal matter, which again, I'm not going to talk about here. Y'all got to come to my 2 cents of tea and my experience, and now I'm going to get like all in depth details because that's not what I'm here for today. But anyway, so that I realized that number one, as we talk about servitude, number one out the gate, I don't care how many people are doing it. I don't care if you know well someone else to do it. And we tell people all the time, well, if God told you to do it, you don't do it, He'll find someone else to do it. Yes and no. And I say yes and no because of this. It does not negate the fact that you still got to do it. Like, no matter how much you delay it, no matter how much you put it off, no matter how much you say, you know what, somebody else will do it. And maybe if I don't talk about it, he's not gonna make me do it. You're still accountable for the fact that you have to do it, right? And so that kind of like was like a whole story in the conversation of where I am. And so I came up with what I wanted to talk about a couple weeks ago, really, because I was like, am I really gonna go live? I went live my group one day. I said I'm gonna come back, and it didn't happen. I said I'm gonna post every week in my private group. Didn't happen. Like, it was like I was like, you know what? I just can't get it together. I just cannot get out this slump. I cannot break free of what's happening. And let me be honest with you, like, it is far challenging, more challenging, I should say, to stand in front of people and inspire, because I promise you, ain't nothing but the Holy Spirit, if you're spiritual, if you love the Lord. Because when you're in a place of, I'm just defeated, right? I'm just not there. So anyway, that's where I've been. And someone said to me, like, you right, you ain't did not alive in a while. Like, what's going on? And I'm like, I just ain't there. And it's not that I can't be there. I don't know what to do or what to say. It's just like, I'm just straight up disobedient. I'm just gonna be straight up honest. I just like, you know what? I'm good on that. I'm dead on that. I'm over that too. So anyway, with that being said, let's roll. So now here we go. So I wanted to talk about how can I serve you, because at the end of the day, like I said, number one, you're gonna have to be in a position where you have to understand it doesn't matter how many people are doing it. You've been called to a certain group of people, and it could be 20,000 women who are called to serve moms, right? But it's something special about you that draws them to you. It could be 10,000 men that are called to serve minority young men, and but something special about you. There's something that draws them to you. There's something that draws them to you. It doesn't matter. And that's the thing. I'm over the whole, I need 1,000 or 20,000 followers. What I need is 10 quality people that I've impacted and I've seen lives and results. And so it's so important that you realize that in all facets of capacities of my life, I am serving people. People say products and services. At the end of the day, you're providing a service. You're saying, hey, I gotta order these. But anyway, you're saying, hey, these ginger spice cookies with some real good cookies, y'all. Dewey's, and they're based out of Winston-Salem. I think that's what they're based out of. Oh, yeah. These are the best cookies ever. Anyway, so you're saying Dewey's cookies provide a service. They meet a need. They said, listen, we're going to make these cookies this certain special way, when you can buy ginger cookies anywhere, but you can make these cookies this special way. And you're going to say, you know what? I'm providing a service with this product, right? It's the same concept. And so we have to realize that at the end of the day, we are here to serve others. We're not just here for ourselves, which is why I gave you that whole scenario in the beginning, because ultimately I was like, I don't want to serve nobody. It's not just, and let me be very clear, it is not just people from a business perspective. It's not just church from a ministry perspective. It is not just your spouse. It is not just your children. It is not just the person on the street corner that you give money to. It is all of that combined into one. That you are called to serve others, whether that's an encouraging word, whether that is a prayer, whether that is them joining a group, whether that's you getting on a live, or you buying. I'm trying to find what's on my desk right here. That's you selling a book. That is you doing a planner. All of those things are you serving other people. If y'all hear my best friend, she's home today, so she might bust in here. I knew figure out when I started talking, she would bust in his office. So that's that, right? So we set the tone. I'm gonna tell y'all I'm gonna give you three things, and I'm gonna roll off because I'm looking at my time, and I promised myself I would stay in a particular amount of time. So first thing I want to tell you is that service is defined as duties or service from one person to another or to an organization to provide a product or service, which is what I just told you. So you're gonna say that's what service is, right? Servitude says that I'm meeting a need of somebody else. Now, I noticed something. It didn't say I had to like to do it. It just says I'm meeting the need of somebody else, right? I love events. I think events are so powerful, especially live ones, right? But sometimes I'm telling you, the body, like the actual physical draining it does to my body, is what I don't like, right? I may not like the fact that people come in and they're just like, oh, I paid for a $500 ticket, girl, you pay for a $200 ticket, and it becomes a whole. See, like those pieces of the elements, I may not like have to do all the accounting and the budget paperwork that it goes with it. But what matters is that I'm meeting the need of you. That's where the joy comes in. It becomes, listen, I'm meeting the need of someone else. That's why people find that, you don't have to like dog food to eat dog food to sell it. Right? You may have a dog though, but you may not like dog food, eat dog food. You say, I'm meeting the need of the people who love dogs. I ain't a dog lover, but I'll sell, not like that if I don't hate dogs, but I don't have a dog. But if I got to sell dog clothes and I'm not going to make real good dog clothes, and my friends have dogs, and so I can test them on them, well, hey, we're going to make these dog clothes. So the key is that how am I serving you? How do I look beyond my personal desires, my personal need to serve someone else? And that for many of us is hard to do. It is hard to do when your marriage is going left. It is hard to do when your children are out of control. It is hard to do when your finances are not right. It is hard to do. But let me tell you this right here that I know from experience, that the moment you decide that I'm going to take today to serve others is the moment you're going to realize that all of my needs begin to be met. And I'm going to go into this in my time, not that. So three things I'm going to talk about. Number one, gratitude. Right? How can I serve you? I have to have a heart of gratitude, right? I get to say that I am one of the top event managers in the world. I get to say I am one of the top talent managements in the world, not because I'm saying it, but because the track record or the action I put towards is doing it. With my gratitude, it allows me to serve others. I'm reading my notes, y'all. Sorry. It allows me to serve others, not just with my words, but with my actions. Hold on one second. She busted in my door and then closed the door. Who does that? Anyway, so it allows me to say I don't just serve people with my words, but I serve them with my actions. So when I'm saying, hey, gratitude says I want to give my gifts away. Now, let me be very clear. It does not mean that I'm giving them away for free. But what it does mean is that I'm willing to show up on a live. I'm willing to teach a class. I'm willing to give away downloads or booklets. I'm willing to host events. Why? Because I have a great gratitude to say I have a skill, a talent, a calling, a purpose, whatever you want to call it, and I want to share it with the world. That's a heart of gratitude that I'm so blessed to say that I've adjusted, and now guess what? I get to share that with the world. So when you say, listen, how can I serve you? I can serve you with my gratitude. My gratitude says it brings joy to you. It may not be all that comforting to me, right? And I say that I'm gonna go back to events because that's my primary source when it comes to income. Not my real source. I'm gonna clear it up because people just, y'all know what I'm trying to say. But anyway, what I will say is this, right? that everything that may bring joy to you may not be fun to me, right? But because I love the fact, because I have gratitude for what I've been called to do, guess what? I get to say, you know what? Let me share this with you all, right? Let me share something that you to meet your need. And so that's what you have to look at. I get to say I've taken the time to expand and grow and to have skills in this area of my life. I get to share with you the experience that I have had from a place of wholeness and completeness. Now, there's some areas, I'm gonna give you an example. When we first started figuring out how to do what was it called? Ticket sales, right? We found that everybody used Eventbrite. I didn't like Eventbrite's fee structure. One. Number two, Eventbrite is not for me. It's a great product for people who may do events. I said $99 or less. I would put it over there. I still put it over there anyway. But there were other programs that allowed us, right, to be in a place where we were able to sell tickets a different way. So we got this other place. I forgot, not sales, but it's another place that we have that we use to sell tickets. Now, again, I like their fees were better, but when it came to high ticket items, that wasn't the best thing to use because people weren't some people can drop $10,000 on a ticket. Other people got to make payment arrangements. So that particular software wasn't feasible for having ticket payment plans. And so we got with another company now that we're those bigger ticket items, we're able to now host those multifaceted events. We're like, if it's a $2,000 event where they can make payments over time. So here's the key thing. I didn't back test it. I back tested some of my clients because they were close to me, so they didn't know what to do. But I was able to now learn what was best. Hey, let's look at these different ones and decide which ones are good. I'm grateful because everybody's not doing that kind of research, right? I'm talking about at large. You're like, hey, I'm gonna put an Eventbrite and I'm just gonna sell tickets. Well, how can we now get to a place where you're not just selling tickets there? How can we get to a place where you're selling tickets in other areas? Wow. So now that I've learned this, or we've grown to this place, I am not able to share that with somebody else. So it goes back to my point. You didn't learn this knowledge for your knowledge, right? You didn't learn it for you because you know what to do. But at the same time, you got to be in a place where you're able to say, you know what, I wanted to share this with other people. So from a place of gratitude. And research take a while, y'all, like straight up. It's just research. Second thing is you got to grow. You got to invest in yourself. And there's some things I want to talk about. It is important for you to continue to develop and grow. What's so fascinating is told to us that a lot of us stop reading after we get out of high school or out of college. A lot of us don't continue to grow and develop. No, man, put it back. We don't put ourselves in a position where we're able to continue to grow. I know people say, well, technology is constantly changing. It is. It's constantly growing. Some of you got the smartest phones in the world and don't use all of the information or don't use the phone properly to get the maximum results. I'm not team nobody. I'm not team Apple. I'm not team Samsung or whatever. I'm team who's going to get me the best results, right? What product I'm able to use and grow from. Some of you have not updated the software that you use as far as how you take payments. Some of you haven't taken the time to say, let me learn new ways to do things. I have a client where we're talking about this new program that I use now because I wanted someplace where I could text from, I could email, I can get people stuff in here. So this particular product that we started using, it allowed me to have Zoom meetings inside of it. I can put courses inside it because I don't want to have all these different accounts. It was too much. So we found a product that is fairly a newer product, but I like the product. Why? Because I took the time to grow and go explore other areas. Some of you still using Microsoft Excel and Word. I'm not saying it's bad or it's wrong, but you're using all these things this actual software that can connect all of your spreadsheets to one thing. So you have to take the time to decide, because I'm serving so many people or I'm serving my market, I have to continue to invest to grow. Now, you got to invest in yourself, invest in other people. You can't sit here and be like, I was about to say I was a no limit soldier. Yeah, where was I? I had a whole Master P moment. But I can say I'm the only person. I cannot be a one-man band. I'm thinking about that man who has all his instruments and he's doing everything at one time. I don't want to be that no more. So you may have to invest in, you don't have to actually have, I was to a podcast, you don't have to have a team, but you got some people that take your stuff that you don't need to take care of. This person does flyers, but I drop them $10 every time they do a flyer and the flyers are done. Or this person, they transcribe for me. I'm a talker by nature. So it's easier for me to talk and transcribe than it is for me, right, to sit here and write it all out. So I have somebody who transcribes stuff for me because it's just easier for me. So you have to continue to grow. You have to find community, right? Community, and you have to find events that allow you to grow. Where is my tribe? Where are the people that are going to push me for growth? Where can I connect, cultivate, and celebrate? Where am I in a place where I know I have grown from? That's another piece, right? If you're growing, if you developed in those areas, are you now serving people in those developed areas? Are you not saying, hey, listen, I've overcome this, or I have become, defeated this, right? Then how can you grow in that area? So here's the thing, like I tell people, like it's so many markets, but like I have older children and younger children, right? So I'm kind of like, they kind of keep me, I'm kind of in the balance here, right? I kind of have a different perspective. My grace is greater than I'm older, but also my fuse is shorter. There's some things I'm just not going to tolerate. So it's a different perspective. Everybody doesn't know what it's like to have grown kids and little kids, right? Everybody's understanding. But listen, because I've gone through this and I'm currently going through it, I cannot help others who are in this fuss. How do I bridge the gap between the fact that my children are 22, 22 years apart. I think it's 22, right? So how do I bridge it? We all can come together and have fun. And we've learned to do that as a family where we're doing different perspectives, right? So you have to figure out, where can I grow? What events can I go through to, right? What community do I need to be connected to that help me develop? And I don't just develop for me, but help develop other people and experience, right? Through my experiences, how can I help and serve other people so they can grow and develop as well? Last one, I'm going to talk about giving. And I know many of you are like, well, Tish, we talking about money. No, we're talking about you giving, right? Listen, I'm not saying everything got to be free. I'm gonna believe you gotta make an investment, right? Whether it's time, talent, or treasure, you gotta make some type of investment. I think when we get stuff for free and it's just given to us and there's no type of investment, I say you gotta struggle, I'm saying you gotta invest. I realize that we don't have put value on it anymore. If it's not worth working for, or I haven't put in some sweat equity, then I feel like, it's whatever. I don't really have the care that I have. If you work so hard to buy that house, I promise you're gonna look at it different than someone just gave it to you. You're gonna look at things a little different. Someone just gave you that job where you had to work, and that business was handed to you and you never did any work to get it. It's going to always change the perspective. So a couple of things is, I want to let you know, number one, in giving, you have to give of your best self. Every time you show up, is it your best you? So this I can tell my family, they always ask me. So if I get like really dressed for the day, I put my clothes on for the day, right? This is what they say. Where you going? I'll be like, downstairs, like, or I'm going to eat breakfast. I'm not going out the door. And their mind, though, Mama, you got real clothes on. So that's something I'm showing up as my best self. I'm one of the few people I've heard say, and I'm speaking for myself, where I'll be like, yeah, I'm gonna tell you what's be happening. If I don't put real clothes on, like if I put sweats on, I ain't gonna work right. Like if I say I'm sitting in the chair living room do work, I ain't gonna work. If I say I'm laying in bed do work, I ain't gonna work. I don't know, I'm lying to myself. I'm not gonna do. But when I'm sitting in my office, when I'm sitting at the table, when I'm in a certain environment, when I'm wearing a certain clothes, it cultivates a different part of me. I'm giving a different level of myself. I came in the office just to make sure I gave y'all my best self today, right? Even though I hit wall after wall 30 minutes prior to me trying to go live of just stupid stuff when it came to trying to finish this stuff up to make sure it's ready to go for you all. But you got to come up with your best self. You have to like showing up as your best self. You have to want to show with your best attitude. I heard somebody say, when you have the right attitude and you're putting action to the right attitude, it can shift everything. And that's one thing I'm choosing to do. I'm choosing to smile more. I'm choosing to find joy. I'm choosing to say, you know what, no matter what's happening, I'm going to figure it out. I'm choosing to have a better attitude, right? I'm not going to sit and be like, I'm not going to grumble and complain, but I'm going to figure it out exactly what I need to do. Y'all, I'm sorry, my baby sitting right up under my rib cage and it hurts. But, I want to have a better attitude. I want to be able to do things in a different perspective with a different attitude, right? Because sometimes we've been so defeated, we've been so beat up, we've been so beat down that it's now the point of, to have the thing happen positive, like we always looking for it to be a negative. Like, you know what? He was a great husband this week. The other shoe gonna drop at some point. But because we have to get to a place where we're just expecting the right things, it'll change your whole perspective. Other things, I'm gonna give you 3 things too. Time, right? How are you giving of your time? I didn't say it had to be free, but I'm saying, how are you investing that time? Are you reading more books? Are you giving, are you learning more? Are you expanding? I'm all for the anointing. Like, I'm gonna tell y'all say y'all anointed, y'all appointed, God called me. All of that is true. It's very true. But that does not negate education. That does not negate studying. Like, I know I'm graced for events. Like, it's a grace. I promise y'all. Trust me, it's a grace. Here's the thing, though. That does not stop me from going to conferences. That does not stop me from reading about it. I get these magazines every month. I just sometimes I need to go back to reading them more so I can get it in my energy. It has to be not just a place of you always operating from that part, but you're taking the time to say, yo, I'm anointed for this. I get the grace to do it, but also I have studied my gift. I've studied my craft. I've opened my gift for better. So what are you doing with your time? What are you taking some uninterrupted time to focus on how can I grow myself or grow people in this area so I can serve them that much better? Number two, your talent, right? Do you love what you do, paid or not paid? Like, would you do it if you weren't paid, right? How can I grow in these areas to where I'm able to serve other people? How can I grow in these areas to where, I'm taking the time, my talents, and I'm using them for the greater good? Not just saying, hey, I know how to do all these things, but yeah, I ain't helping nobody. Like, at the end of the day, I'm gonna tell you, we're gonna all have to go on. Like, straight up, go on. And so in doing so, you're gonna say, who are you leaving? What do you do for somebody else? And I'm just not talking about the next generation, but other people who may need your skills and talents. Last thing is, are you putting your money where your mouth is? Your treasure. And I said it in an investment perspective. Are you investing and saying, listen, I'm a great event manager, I'm a great this or whatever, but at the same time, am I willing to invest in that? Am I willing to invest in that greatness? And I want to say, you know what? Not only do this, but we did take the time to learn and grow and be in these environments where we're developing. And so I hope y'all got something out of that today. I'm trying to keep to my time. I really, really am. But I hope y'all got something out of that. You can have a heart of gratitude. You're growing and you're giving. Like you have a heart of gratitude. You're growing and you're giving in your area of service. We are here to serve people. Like period. Like it doesn't change. I don't care how much AI comes out. Nothing can ever take away personality and character. You can listen. They can take jobs away. But nothing will ever replace the human touch. Nothing. If that was the case, then when we went through COVID, we'd have been like, cool, everybody's fine. No, nobody wasn't fine, because we understand the human touch is so powerful. The human heart is so powerful. The human component is so powerful. So there's only one you, and what a great impact you're here to make in so many areas of your life. Let's bring to this final thing, and I'm gonna post it right now in this chat. Hopefully it'll work, because I'm in this office today. I want y'all to complete this survey. I want y'all to tell me something that you got from out today. I want to know that you learned something today. In addition to that, one of the things I've always told people, and it's true, that I've been called to connect people to tangible things to help them. What am I saying? Oh, never the general tools to help them win. I couldn't think of my thought. And so one of the things that I'm learning over this couple months, I've been kind of quiet, as I would say, is that I have learned that I'm a multifaceted being. And so I created this survey because I wanted you all to be able to connect us in different ways. Now, here's the thing. I don't promote everything everywhere, right? Some things people just don't know about me because I don't talk about it in certain arenas. And the reason is because I know it can confuse people that you have all these things going on. And so one of the things I've discovered as I've studied myself and testing on myself is that you can have a lot of different things, right, that you really know how to do. It's really all about how you strategically put it. And people say, oh no, focus on one thing and then get that to this right and then do something else. Well, I would understand it from an investment perspective. But my question I would ask people is that, but what happens if the person we applied that same principle, right? And for a lot of people that works. It just didn't really work for me. But we applied that same principle to our children, with all of our children being it's kind of where they need to be. And so one of the things is I really am connecting with people who say, listen, for me, I'm a great event manager. I manage, that's my primary bread and butter, that the Crow agency, right? But at the same time, I am also the church administrator. So there are areas over there where people who are in that position don't really know how to operate in that position, and they want help. And then it's also, I have the Tila program where I actually partner with people, right? And we, that's where I have my 2 cents and tea. That's where I have the mother-daughter slumber party. That's where I have, the Marticia experience. And I have a private group that we do a lot of connecting, cultivating, and celebrating. And that's a whole different piece of me. Now, would I tell you to promote it all everywhere? No, I would not. But there's so many components of us, and sometimes we let the components that are supposed to live out because we're so indebted to this, right? And so I want to show people who, definitely those who have a primary focus, but also have secondary focuses, who can grow right where it is. And so I'll put this link in here. This is a straight up survey. If you want to join our mail list, you can. I know my husband looked at me like I was crazy when I said it, but we are having a mother-daughter slumber party. I said I was putting it off, and it's going to be so much fun. Being with the moms and daughters and of all ages. You don't have to have little kids, but you can be an older daughter and say, I want to have fun. And then, of course, we're going to do the Marticia experience for one experience before I go out on maternity leave. And so I'm excited about what the next couple weeks are going to be about. The next 5 months are going to be for not just me, but for you. So I want to hear that. And I want you to say, listen, how can I serve others? Because I've kind of like silenced my voice. I've kind of like said, I want to be there. Also, oh, I forgot to tell you, when y'all complete the survey, you get a free download. There's a Let's Serve brainstorm. So it's like if you to kind of write out some different things, to kind of just kind of write it down. What am I great at? What do I like to do? Right? What if I could do this? What would it be like? And so areas that I kind of like asked myself when I kind of got quiet and I was like, I really want to do nothing. But I was able to come back and say, let's get it together. Let's get back in, slowly come out of this cave, but do what we need to do. So with that being said, remember to do life on purpose, with purpose, and for purpose. How can I serve you that you can serve others? I will talk to y'all later. Y'all have a great Tuesday.